Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Brennan. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of the MIAA. I'm very excited to be here today with Haley Livingston from Trine. Haley, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Haley. I'm a sophomore here at Trine University. I'm studying criminal justice and psychology, and I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
So you had a pretty successful freshman season. What was the difference like? How did you train to get to the point where you were at your freshman season? How is it different from high school compared to college? That adjustment.
No, I don't think that there was much a difference between like my coaching. I think a lot of the difference was in myself and how I apply myself in those situations and just trying to be a better athlete for myself and then for my team.
Being a part of track and field and also studying, it keeps you very busy. But outside of that, what hobbies do you enjoy doing?
I really don't have hobbies.
Really?
Okay, not really. Between track and school and yeah, between track and school and then my little on-campus job, I really don't have much free time. But in the little amount of free time that I do have, I pretty much spend it with some of my friends on the track team, and we just cook and hang out, that kind of thing.
You had a big move from Fort Worth, Texas to Angola, Indiana last year. Just talk me through that move and kind of, the transition and how you've adapted from being so far from home.
So the move by itself was terrible. My freshman year, I drove 16 and a half hours with no AC working in my car at the time. So it was hot. I was by myself. I'd never been to the campus before, never been to Indiana before. So everything was completely new to me. And I was very flustered. I cried like 6 times at least during the drive. But I wanted to be able to push myself in ways that I never pushed myself before and be able to handle situations while also trying to manage being uncomfortable in those same situations. And I think doing that my freshman year and still continuing to do it now is going to really help me in the future.
There's a huge different distance between Texas and Indiana. How did you find Trine? Like, what drew you to Trine in the MIAA?
So the recruiting coach at the time was really persistent my senior year. And, I was getting offers from other schools and whatnot, but this coach in particular, she was really like adamant on making sure I was okay, like seeing if I wanted to come to Trine. It was more about our personal connection more than just sports. And that's what I really liked most. And that's what drew me to Trine.
And how have your teammates and coaches helped you with that transition of, coming all the way from Texas?
My coaches have helped me a lot. The head coach in particular, Coach Fletcher, he's like my best friend. Um, he's very sincere and like he's like he really took on like a fatherly role for me while being at Trine. He makes jokes like if I miss my siblings, I could always babysit his kids, like stuff like that. And he's always just there for me, even outside of track. Again, it's just a really nice personal connection with my coaches and then my teammates too. Like
So
nothing's fake or forced.
your coach mentioned that there's a huge difference in diversity between Fort Worth and Angola. And I know you talked a little bit before we started recording this that there was a bit of a culture shock. What was that like for you and how were you able to just, adapt to this huge change?
It was obviously it was shocking. It was something I'm not used to. Having to adapt to other people and their cultures, and different environments. So I think freshman year was really hard for me trying to figure it out and trying to see where I fit and everything. But I've adapted and I've learned, I've grown from that, and I think I'm a lot better going into trying this semester and my sophomore career, my sophomore season. So I think I've been able to adapt because I've inserted myself into friend groups and like situations where I wouldn't normally be exposed to at home. So my choice of friends is a lot more diverse at Trine than probably at home when it comes to like who I'm exposed to. And I think that's helped a lot with knowing how to talk to different people different ways and how I should represent myself in different ways when it comes to those people. So I think that's helped a lot from my freshman year till now.
If you could go back a year ago and tell your freshman self one piece of advice, what would you say?
Oh my gosh, stop crying. I tell her to stop crying or to stop telling everybody I cry so much because my whole team thinks I'm like such a crybaby. I'm so sensitive, but I'm not. I just joke about crying.
Haley, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and best of luck to you and your team the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you.